Y'all come in. Come on, real deal. Got work to do now. Let's go, real deal. Y'all come on in. Let's y'all come on in. Let's get started, y'all. Come on. Okay, y'all a break, real deal. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go, real deal. Now, hope everybody doing okay. It's been a long week and it just started. Okay. What we're gonna do is today is continue with our thugging with the state. You know, we're gonna continue with our trial. So far, racketeering, I don't see any RICO nor racketeering in this trial. Let me turn my light on right here. So, this is day 65, y'all. We've been a long way with this trial. We've been a long way. We ain't just started. We've been here, and we're gonna be here to the end. Uh, and I want to congratulate and congratulate you all on whatever good that you have, and whatever your birthday. Happy birthday to you. And I hope everybody having a great day. I want to go ahead on and get started. What I'll be doing in this case file, I will be stopping and breaking it down. So you're not here just to look at a video on my channel. You're here to discuss and talk about what's going on in the trial. Okay, making y'all understand it. So this trial is for educating, news reporting, criticism. Let me see. Purposes. Everything that I say in this case is allegedly. Okay. People don't forget to hit that like button for me. Okay. We have to tell y'all to hit the like button. Um, let's go, y'all. Y'all ready? Now, at the beginning of this video, what you're going to hear is uh it's the between the judge and the trial, the jury gonna come up, the jury gonna come up, the jury gonna come up, the jury gonna come up after they complete what they're gonna break down in this uh case. And we're gonna start out hearing Miss Adrian Love with the defendant with the state. She gonna state some correction that she think that the defendant need to what going on with the witnesses, in the case. And then here go the defendant. They're gonna stand up to what they see and don't understand why is it this happening, why are the state doing certain things. So you're gonna be like an argumental thing at the beginning, okay? But it has to pertain to what's coming up in the case for today. Then they're gonna go into the jury, okay? All right, y'all, get your popcorn, get you some dinner, breath, or whatever. Here we go. Okay, let's straighten it out. Okay, let's straighten it out. Hold on, y'all, for a second. I'm gonna do this. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this on here. How about that? Okay, we're gonna sit that on here. Okay, to kind of stand it up a little bit. Okay. Okay. Bear with me, please. Here we go.
In order, but the two that are in contention are the one on page 48, line 9, which starts about 2 minutes and 25 seconds and 12 seconds and goes to about 2:25:14. And then the second one is on page 72, line 22, starting at about 2 minutes and 41 seconds and 2:41:25. Is that correct, Ms. Hilton?
Yes, Your Honor, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so not 2 minutes, but 2:25 in the afternoon, and 2:41.
Mr. Steele, is that correct? Are those the only?
Yeah, that's something had happened to their video, so I'm gonna skip it a little bit, okay? Hold on, yeah. Let me take it back a little bit. Don't want to skip too much, but it's not my video.
Miss Love will handle, and then I believe later last night around 10, he filed another motion regarding Detective Gaither's continued testimony. And so those two would need to be addressed.
All right, what about the July 15th statement? Or what is still in contention as it pertains to the July 15th statement?
Your Honor, my understanding is that reading Mr. Steele's motion, his contention is that only specific portions that he has outlined and read for the court are permissible to be played for the jury. But in response to that, the state has a number of answers and objections. One, the entire statement is a contradiction to what he said on the stand. He did state, as Mr. Steele pointed out, with Ms. Hilton, when she asked him, did you say, or were you afraid of getting smoked? At that point, he indicated on the stand, yeah, I was afraid that some bloods were gonna get me because I was false flagging. And Ms. Hilton said, is that the only reason you were afraid of getting smoked? And he said, yeah, because I was false flagging. Ms. Hilton asked him, did you ever tell anybody within that interview that you were afraid of getting smoked for being false flagging? And he didn't indicate that he had. And she said, didn't you say you were afraid that Jeffrey Williams' father had seen you as the officer pulled up? Jeffrey Williams' father saw the officer pull up the mask. So these are the portions in Mr. Steele's recitation of the July interview that he wants or doesn't mind having in. Specifically, he has enumerated. He has enumerated, I believe,
you're supposed to have your stuff straight.
points.
To what you believe.
He has enumerated specific points that he feels are admissible, and essentially his argument is that the rest of the interview is inadmissible. So based on his Saturday at 5:12 email to the state and to the court, what he has said is the only thing out of the entire interview that is admissible is a portion at 23:35 where Murphy says he cannot remember what vehicle he was in.
Y'all knew that boy was lying.
That he believes it was a black Pontiac Chrysler or other Chrysler 300. At 24:30, he says he was in Hot's car. He doesn't know Rodney Allison. At 25:40, he states that he was with Bentley, but Gaither says it's very good video and it shows he wasn't in the back with Bentley. Earlier on, Mr. Steele feels that the only portion that should come in is the part that says, I have worked with the police previously. That's how I know the officer with the mask on. And the portion where Mr. Murphy says, when we pulled up and he seen me.
You know, I mean, why are we listening to this? Why are we listening to her go over the statement, what Murphy said? Murphy sat up there and lied to y'all in y'all face. He lied to y'all in y'all face. And you sitting here reading the transcript of what he said. Don't nobody want to hear that. Everybody know that boy was lying. If he lied sitting there talking to the officers in the interrogation room, of course he lying. So y'all believe in what he said, that's what y'all supposed to do. Come on, State. We don't need to be listen to you read no transcript, man. I think they wasting their time. I don't know why at these meetings these people think they supposed to read everything to us what they read, and we got paperwork in front of our face about the transcript. This don't make no sense. She sitting up here reading.
Who you spoke with on the phone to be like, why he just pull his mask on? Oh shit, a police officer I worked with in the past. You know what I'm saying? Those along with, I believe, about 6 other places, he has enumerated in pages 1 through 9 of his motion. Essentially, his argument is that the other information does not come in because it was not an inconsistent statement made by Walter Murphy, and that as such, any statements made by other people should not come in because they as well are not inconsistent statements.
So what she trying to do, what I see what she's trying to do. She's trying to take out some pointers for the defendant team that Murphy said because they're making them look good. So she trying to exclude a lot of things that Murphy said. Murphy is one of the guys, witnesses, y'all, that used to be a YSL member, and he's no longer a Thugga member. And he's not a Thugga member anymore. So let's listen to Adrian. She ain't gonna stop talking.
But our position there is that this July interview is a contradiction of what he said on the stand almost in its entirety. So the July statement is admissible under 24-6-621, 24-6-622, which states that any party can always prove a witness's feelings towards relationship to the party. It's relevant under 401 and 402. And it's also admissible under 613 because the interview that he gave to Detective Gaither in July is inconsistent with what he testified about on the stand. So specifically, he also said on the stand, as Ms. Hilton just pointed out.
Why do it seem, hold on, y'all, hold on.
To get back home. And when he sat down in the July.
Hold on. Why is it seem like we're listening to a closing argument? It seems like she's doing her closing argument right now, talking about this witness. Why is the judge they don't do that in Atlanta, y'all. They stricter than this. And the state is not doing a good job. The state, I don't like talking about nobody, but they're not doing a good job. And it seemed more like she's saying her closing argument. That's why when she speaks, she got to be careful how she's wording herself, because it seems like we are a closing argument right now. And we ain't even halfway through the trial. All right, y'all, here we go. I'm just keeping it real, that's all. Just keeping it real.
He was told, he asked the question, am I going home? And Gaither said, no, you're not going home right now. And he said, is there anything that I can do to go home? And she said, you can't help me. You know, you might want to help yourself, but right now you're not going home. I already know the truth. And the only thing you can do to help yourself is to be honest. So what he said during that interview also pertains to his fear, not just of retaliation from people who were YSL members who may have seen him interacting with the police. There's no direct threat that there's intimated from anybody. So the prior case law that was cited by his counsel doesn't apply in this case. It's his overall feelings towards the party. And as to Mr. Murphy's assertion that he was false flagging, inside this interview, they talk about Mr. Murphy's relationship with a very high-ranking and well-established blood that Mr. Murphy would not have been false flagging around. He talks about his relationship with him and all of those things. So rather than only allow the state to play the red portions that Mr. Steele has pointed out, our position is that under United States versus King and several other cases that do talk about the reciprocal and integrated utterances that surround statements that a defendant makes or witness makes in an interview, that the interview should be played, and that rather than delete or redact portions of it, so that the jury can have the entire context, that the court under 105 should instead give a limiting instruction, which I would propose to be that the jury should consider as evidence only those statements made that are a contradiction or that are inconsistent with what the witness testified to on the stand. And the jury shall consider any statements made by others only for the purpose of the context that they give to the statements that are inconsistent or contradictory made by the witness.
Lady, come on, take a break.
And this is the way that we would ask that the court deal with that particular statement made by Walter Murphy in July 2015, because
she ain't gonna stop talking.
The rules themselves are rules of inclusion, and 105 is meant to remedy those circumstances where there is not an agreement as to what part is admissible evidence and what part is not, rather than to redact the context around the statements that the witness made.
All right. Hold on 1 second, please.
My boy about to say something. Hey, baby. And you are pretty too. Thank you. Miss Keisha. That's my daughter's name, but I don't have the S-I in her name. Could you see the title, Keisha? Because right now we're in the middle of a trial, so I can't read the title to you. Okay, that's what we do. That's the title, is what we're doing now. There go Mr. Sharp. Mr. Sharp is standing up.
Your Honor, I took a lot of time to go through what is inconsistent. That's what I sent to everybody this past Saturday. I truly oppose it being played. Now I truly oppose it being played and then leave up to the jury to decide what is inconsistent. I'll be moving for this trial.
Listen to what he said and start describing people.
And I don't think that the court should be giving limited instructions to tell the jurors to decide what is or isn't.
Thugga.
Here's the entirety of this.
That's my boy.
I also
Thugga.
And strenuously, I'm not waiving anything else, but I strenuously object.
Okay, baby. And if you're ready to be a mod to work, let me know.
There is zero evidence that Mr. Murphy was intimidated by Mr. Jeffrey Williams. Granted that.
Yeah, that's my baby there. Don't we favor?
Parties, cases.
Don't we favor?
Well, even if it's not a party, if it's that person's feeling, and that's why that person didn't. Murphy did cooperate fully within 30 days.
Bye, baby.
So from July 15, 2000.
Thank you for the heart.
Now, August 18, 2015, said approximately 33 days. Mr. Murphy reaches out through his lawyer. The prosecution meets with Detective Dennis and Detective Gaither for hours, and he informs them things about who was involved in YSL. He talks about several things, including April 12th, April 26th. April 12th is the Mr. Dennis Montgomery, Your Honor. I apologize for using the date. April 26th is the tour bus shooting. He talks about the history of YSL as he knows it. He talks about what it's like in the jail. Several months later, maybe 6 months later, it's now February 11, 2016, the Honorable then former Chada Jimenez is now on video, audio with, again, a lawyer, Mr. Hudson, Mr. Murphy, Detective Dennis, Detective Gaither, and there's a sheriff deputy, I don't know the name on the video.
He said Hudson, Murphy, and Penn.
At all. And again, he's cooperating. So to get in that he believed he'd be killed and threatened is just the state's way of trying to, and they've already gotten it out of witnesses, that they won't cooperate, that they feel threatened, that there's a stranglehold on them. You heard it last time that Detective Gaither testified over objection. You heard it with Detective Belknap. So I hope that the court would grant the motion, which I thought you granted, that these are targeted issues. This is not a
right.
for all, play the recording and then somebody else will make a decision. The court makes a decision what can be impeached for prior consistent statement. And then please exclude, my request again, which I believe you granted, exclude any mention that Mr. Murphy was in fear, because it goes to tremendous prejudice. Well, I think that case law, I agree with you about that. The state's rationale why he was making those statements is different. So, for that reason, it's relevant to the determination what we want to consider. Well, respectfully, and I mean, I hear respect all the time. I mean respect. I'm not trying to bump up against the court's thoughts, but I just respectfully disagree, and I will maintain what I gave to you. If you can mark it as a state, as a court exhibit, I went through. That was a lot of work. Went through in the red, which I believe good faith is the only inconsistencies. Now the state wants to play the entire game. I never expected that to happen. I never thought you ruled it that.
No, I don't think the state wanted the entirety of the statement as well. But I believe that under U.S. versus King, that's what they're saying, or they're asking the court to play his statement for that purpose. So to that extent, I'll let it be played over your objection. I'll give you continued objection on that issue, okay? Mr. Sharp?
Yes, Your Honor. Three things. First of all, we still haven't gotten
Way to go, my boy.
We still haven't received a citation for it, so
Wait, yeah.
review it. But we need a citation for that to even.
Ms. Hilton, you want to give us a citation again? It's only a West Lexus site, is that right?
93 F 4th 845.
93 F 4th
845.
845.
Yes.
All right, next.
Okay, second, Your Honor, I just keep going back. We're talking about exposing the jurors to a plethora of information that's not admissible under the rules of evidence, and then just suggesting.
What rules of evidence are you talking about? What are you saying is not admissible?
Statements that are not inconsistent.
All right, we've gone through that already. This is about the fourth time from you, but I understand that.
There's a mechanism.
You're not waiving anything, but
there's a mechanism.
Yeah, I get them lights up.
Can easily just ask Investigator Gaither.
But they don't choose to do it that way, Mr. Sharp. We're gonna just disagree on that.
Okay.
So that's number two. Okay.
Specifically, also, and we have so many versions of this tape now. Excuse me.
Which tape are you talking about? The August?
Tape 2015.
Okay. All right.
We have so many versions. but I have in the complete version, 10403 to 10419, where, so I don't know what the time frame is on the redacted version. Mr. Murphy explains to investigator Dennis how different members within the crew, I believe in context, he's talking about the YSL crew, have their own gang backgrounds, some being Bloods, some being Crips. Therefore, there is sometimes a bit of an in-house competition. Mr. Murphy says he believes Shannon is the most on the go because he believes Shannon wants to prove himself to Mr. Williams without letting other members, specifically Crip members, get all the credit within the crew. He explains this dynamic exists even though it is all within YSL. That is a lot of speculation. That is also bad character evidence. I don't know. Again, we've gone back and forth with suggestions. I don't know if that was previously flagged, but I have it as 10403 to 10419 on the original recording. I believe that would be completely inappropriate to play in front of the jury. It's not inconsistent with anything Mr. Murphy testified to, and it also runs afoul of other rules of evidence. And so, however the state is silencing or redacting when they're planning on playing this tape, I would ask that specific passage be...
Come on now, Mr. Sharp.
Ms. Hilton and Ms. Love,
Yes, Your Honor. We asked specifically Mr. Murphy on the stand. I think I even asked him, what does on go mean? I believed I asked him, who is the most on go? And he said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. And so, Your Honor, that statement would be direct contradiction, impeaching him by a prior inconsistent statement. What he says is based on his observation, who is the most on go. So that's not speculation. That is, in this interview, his observation of who is the most on the go out of the crew. And that is what he was asked and what he said based upon his relationship with the parties. This is something else we have to prove in the conspiracy. It's his party, it's his crew, and he made an observation based upon his relationship with individual members of his gang.
Well, that's the truth.
And it shows the existence of the enterprise, Your Honor. And so that is something we have to prove. That's something I specifically asked him in court. He denied it, and therefore the state believes we can play his statement that he gave to police when his gang members weren't in the room with him, when he was by himself with his police, with the officers, and with his counsel.
Your Honor, they cannot just bootstrap wholly inadmissible, prejudicial, bad character
Thugga.
just by asking about a statement previously, it being denied, and then saying, okay, now we get to play it. Like, if Mr. Murphy said, I believe Joe is a murderous maniac who killed 5 people in Iowa, that would be wholly inadmissible in this trial. But they can't just say Joe was oh no, I didn't say anything about Joe. Okay, now we just want to play it. It has to have a basis in admissibility. And they're just trying to say everything's a prior inconsistent statement. And if it's inconsistent to what he testified before, automatically it's in. That's not the way the laws.
No, it's impeachment. It's impeachment by contradiction.
But Your Honor, just because something fits into one rule, if it's inadmissible under other rules.
Well, that's why I rule on things.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
so yes, I understand that.
Okay, well, how is this bad character evidence against Shannon Stillwell being entered into this case just because?
It's not. You may think of it as character, but it goes for another purpose, and that's to what the state just told you.
And Your Honor, when I'm looking back at the transcript, and I believe this is the transcript I sent over to to everyone. Matter of fact, the state actually redacted that portion. It stops at who's the most on go with the crew, and Walter Murphy says Shannon, and then we stopped it there, Your Honor.
So
Well, I still think that's inappropriate, but.
Okay. Similar to Mr. Steele, I'll note your objection, okay?
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, thank you, sir.
And you need to do it,
All right.
Your Honor.
And then the last thing the court has to go through is, and I will, Mr. Steele, to your August 18th redactions and the email that accompanied those. As the July 15th statements that you included in the email you sent on 4/2024 at 5:18 p.m. I'll include that email and attachments as the next court's exhibit in order as requested. And I'm also in possession of
I think they really need to change judges. I really do.
Mr. Williams' motion to strike purported expert Gaither's testimony and to prevent any additional expert testimony from supposed gang experts from the city of Atlanta Police Department. That was sent via email. That will also include at yesterday evening at 10:17 p.m. It also references in the motion, and I'm going to quote Mr. Williams, a portion of Mr. Williams' paragraph number 5. Basically, the lack of a pretrial job review. No report, expert report, no CV. The CV being provided. And a pertinent part, and I'll quote, Mr. Williams chose not to question her because it was already a fait accompli that this honorable court found Detective Gaither qualified to somehow testify as an expert to unknown fields. I will acknowledge that I did study French, and fait accompli isn't used very much. It is something that has already happened or been done that you cannot change. So I'm going to also cite Mr. Steele. I mean, I know that you're not saying that I said that, or I basically that my conduct inferred that, because I would remind everybody about Rule 3.3 of our Georgia Bar Rules, which is duty toward the candor toward the tribunal. Lawyers shall not knowingly make a false statement of material fact of law to a tribunal. I'm also going to include a portion of the transcript, which I was able to get from Ms. Weaver, which I'll include as the next court's exhibit in order. I'm deeply disturbed that you're taking what the court did out of context. I understand that you all are attorneys, but I want to just remind you about just you all's candor to a tribunal is first and foremost. I'm going to quote from Mr. Weinstein, who before Detective Dennis testified. I understand that investigator Gaither is going to be used as an expert witness. It's also my understanding that yesterday the court found here to be an expert witness already, her to be an expert witness already. The court, no, I have not. Mr. Weinstein, did you not say that yesterday? The court, no. She's going to be qualified as an expert. Mr. Weinstein, you didn't find her qualified yesterday? The court, no. She'll go through the same.
But if they let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something.
Yesterday.
Let me tell you. Hold on for a minute, Judge Glass. Yeah, anyway, Gaither, who's going to take the stand in a few minutes, is a detective who interviewed Murphy. Murphy lied. He was young. He's a teenager. He was young. He didn't want to go to jail. So he thought if he lied to the investigator, he would get out of jail. Then he came to court as a witness. And he allegedly lied. Because his testimony in court didn't submit the same thing that he said in the interrogation room. It didn't go together. He told them on stand that he said anything to not go to jail. And what happened? He went to what? He went to jail. So why didn't nobody say this when he was in court? Now you got this same female investigator who's going to come and take the stand again. Why are we going over the testimony that Murphy said? And y'all knew that, listen to the video and listen to the transcript that you all had state. It doesn't, in your witness, it doesn't match. It is not going to match because the boy is saying anything to get away with stuff. Hold on, y'all. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Soon I get live, everybody want to text me, and don't nobody text me when I'm not live. Gosh, hold on, y'all.
No, you weren't. Okay, so here's the way it goes. The state is going to qualify her. There's no requirement for there to be a pre-admit hearing for that. Your colleagues attempted to ask me to do that yesterday. I was not of the opinion to do that. Mr. Weinstein, would the court be willing to qualify this expert prior to the jury coming into the courtroom? The court, no. Mr. Weinstein, that's the way, in my experience, it is. The court, no. Mr. Weinstein, always been done in federal court. The court, it can be done. There are some 11th Circuit cases I was shown yesterday that authorize for that. So, Mr. Weinstein,
what I'm gonna do, I don't want to hear all that. I want to.
I was suggesting that
where
allowed, or in the court's estimation, even though we may disagree, I believe that gang expert testimony.
I'm about to skip it to the trial, y'all. Let's go to the trial. Hold on, y'all. Here we go. We're going to begin our trial, okay? Thugga. Hey, Thugga. That Thugga know he clean. I don't care what nobody say about him. That boy know he look good. And he look much better since he been taking care of himself. I got to get a man proud. We know he can dress now. Mr. Steele, what's up? I didn't know Thug was that tall. And he got older now. He ain't old, but he about the same age as my daughter, I think. His sister.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All right, thank you, Sergeant Ingram. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, good morning. Good morning. All right. We're going to continue with the presentation of the state's case and Detective Gaither. Madam, you're still on the road, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go ahead, madam.
Thanks, John. Detective Gaither, when we last left on Friday, we were going over the surveillance footage from the Citgo gas station.
Thugga.
At 1885 Jonesboro Road Southeast. All that.
That's the address, the Brownsville address.
Brownsville.
I'm sorry, it's the address of Brownsville address.
The Citgo location at Browns Mill and Jonesboro.
Well, that was she asked you, say yes or no.
As we were looking at that surveillance footage, we were looking at the parking lot area, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, did the footage that you had within your file contain the angle of only that one camera, or were there other camera angles that were contained within that footage as well?
There are multiple angles.
All right. And as those angles played, did they play in sync or in unison with one another? In other words, if I'm watching timestamp 1 through 2 on camera 1 and I flip over to camera 2, does it continue on 2 through 3 like that?
Yes.
And I believe that the timestamp that we left off on was 21:44:19.650. And Mr. Kearns, would you please allow me into your Zoom? Thank you, sir.
Where y'all uncles at? Y'all cute.
As we look back up on the screen to State's Exhibit 100 Bravo Bravo.
Please don't show this
I'm
no
going
again.
to go to a little bit before where we started, or left off rather, on Friday, and we will start at 21:42:55.
I can really say, I hope we ain't about to watch this whole tape again.
Over to the right under video events, are these the various camera angles that one can see in this player as that white nitro is moving?
There you go. Murphy in that car right there, y'all. And he about to go over there where that boy is right there. Look at him.
So as we see people progress from the car towards the front of the store,
There you go.
and we click onto the second camera angle, which starts at 21:24:32, would you describe for the jury what portion
Damn, he went in the store with that gun.
of the parking lot this area is capturing?
This is the front entrance to the Food Mart portion of the gas station.
God, he went in there with that thing.
21:43:47. Are you able to tell who, if anyone, has walked into the frame and into the store with the door open right now?
Yes, this gentleman with the cap on, all black, was later identified as Demise McMillan.
Is that the person called Nard as well?
Yes, ma'am.
He got that gun in his. I know he wasn't planning on going in the store with that in his hand.
Position.
Look at him.
See what Nard had in his hand at 21:40.
Good grief.
As he walked away from the door of the Food Mart.
Yes,
What was it, for the record?
an assault rifle.
Assault
And was
rifle.
that assault rifle down by his side, or was it held up?
I sustain the objection.
How was the assault rifle positioned for the record as the person named Nard walked away from the
Jesus.
door and towards the parking lot?
He had it in a low ready position.
What does low ready mean?
Did y'all
This
see
position
that?
is not necessarily pointed at a person, but if you need to draw your weapon, it's essentially in a position where it can be drawn and placed on the target quickly.
Jesus.
Does anyone you recognize come back into the screen at 214407.557, walking towards the Food Mart's door?
Yes,
Who is that person for the record?
Kelvin Treadwell.
And at the same time, twenty-one forty.
There go Murphy with that in his hand. Look at him. They boy don't allow that man.
Going
Jesus.
back to the parking lot at 214221. Is this time before or after that 214407 that we were just talking about?
He says it's before or after.
Yes.
I believe this is before.
They look like before. And here they go. They about to come up in him. Later, don't. Come on, y'all. Please don't start it back over. That's still before. Why we keep looking at this? They pulled up, they got out the car, and the big guy in the white knew what they were going to do to me.
214324 on the screen now. Is Kevin Treadwell in the frame that you're able to see?
No,
And is this portion part of what we saw on Friday as well?
yes,
Has the Dodge Nitro come on the scene?
yes,
And have the occupants of the Nitro at 214346?
That guy trying to be nosy.
Food Mart, the sicko.
yes.
There go, look. Murphy. Dang, these folks is crazy.
At 214401,
Look at him.
for the record, would you describe what happened as it relates to the person you identified earlier as Walter Murphy and the blue vehicle that came into the parking lot behind the silver Pontiac?
Walter Murphy began to run towards the rear of the vehicle. At the parking lot at a high rate of speed.
And as Walter Murphy ran towards the vehicle, would you describe for the record so that it shows what, if anything, Walter Murphy had in his hand at that time?
He had an assault rifle. He began to run towards the vehicle with the assault rifle in his hand.
And how was the assault rifle positioned in his hand?
He was starting to point it
Where was he pointing the assault rifle?
towards the blue vehicle.
Blue vehicle.
And were you able, from your vantage point, to see anyone pointing any gun or anything else out of the windows of the blue vehicle?
No,
During your investigation, did you obtain any suggestion that there was ever a gun pointed out of the window of the blue vehicle?
Hold on. Didn't Mr. Steele, isn't he examining this witness?
Yes, Your Honor, he was.
He was.
He was,
No, but I think you still need to continue that respectfully, Mr. Adams, okay? So Mr. Steele needs to continue with this examination, sir. All right? So I will go ahead and overrule that objection, but Mr. Steele, you need to make objection since you were the examiner on this witness, okay? Yes.
What's going on? Mr. Steele and what's her name? Adam. What's going on here, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? You go to the store, y'all. And she back there telling the judge, shaking her head to the judge, giving him signals. Oh, wait. I think they need another judge in the state together. They need to change judges. I'm telling y'all. And they ain't gonna do that. For those who just joining, middle of the trial, y'all. That girl right there don't never say nothing. With that red lipstick on her mouth. We are turning in with the young Thugga. Young Thuggin against the state. Trial, RICO trial. She don't never say nothing. They just sitting there getting everybody money. What's up, Thugger? Thugging, boy, you thugging today. Like that sweater you got on. Buy me one. You might, I know you're tired, baby, but y'all got a long way to go. Hold your head up, be a man, and think about all the nights y'all just stay up. Yay. Yeah, we'll put it on that soon. They finish running their mouth, arguing and kind of stuff like that. What y'all think so far? Uh, he didn't shoot. He didn't shoot. Murphy didn't shoot, but he had it out. Hold on, y'all.
Detective Gaither, I'm gonna just ask you something I may have asked just before we recessed in place. What did you observe Walter Murphy doing in the last few frames of the surveillance footage prior to 21:44:08, which is where we are on the screen now?
Prior to, he was brandishing a large assault rifle, pacing back and forth through the parking lot from the front entrance of the food mart, back and forth towards where the blue vehicle was parked.
And just before the blue vehicle exited the parking lot at a, how did you describe it, exiting the parking lot?
High rate of speed.
At that high rate of speed, did Walter Murphy do anything with that assault rifle he held in his hand?
He pointed it at the rear of the blue vehicle.
Did he move towards the blue vehicle as he did so, or did he stand in place close to the front door of the Thugga?
No, as I stated, he began running towards the rear of the vehicle with pointing the assault rifle towards the blue vehicle.
All right, thank you.
And he stopped.
And at this point, 21:44:13, is the blue vehicle now gone completely from the gas station parking lot?
Yes.
All right. And as we're looking at the front door of the Thugga at 21:44:27, would you tell the jury what it is that we see?
You can see Mr. McMullen waving Mr. Allison and Mr. Treadwell out of the store, telling them to come on. And they all began walking towards their vehicles.
And going back to the parking lot view, bless you.
They ain't cover their mouth up when they sneeze.
Are you able to see those same persons at 2144-36 walk back into the parking lot of the Citgo?
Yes.
And are you able, for the record, just to describe where each one is headed?
The unknown gentleman with the long sleeve white t-shirt, he's going, I believe, the rear seat behind the driver of the Pontiac. Mr. Allison and Mr. Treadwell are also on the passenger side of the Pontiac. Mr. Murphy and McMullen and the unknown gentleman entered the white Dodge Nitro.
At 2144 and 50, are both the silver Pontiac and the white Nitro still in the parking lot?
Yes.
Has the blue vehicle that left, as you described, at a high rate of speed, after Walter Murphy pointed the gun at it, has it at any point during this time re-entered the parking lot?
No.
And through your investigation, at any time, did you receive any information from anyone that led you to believe that a gun was pointed from within the blue vehicle at any time during this altercation? Your Honor, I did not ask what anyone said. I asked her whether she received any information that led her to a certain conclusion.
Oral, sir. Oral, sir.
No.
And would you tell the jury, without saying what they said, if you can recall, who all you spoke with as it relates to this incident that we are watching surveillance footage from after the shooting occurred?
Yes, I spoke with the victim, Dexter Montgomery, also the driver of the vehicle, Cornelius. D'Angelo White was a passenger in the blue vehicle. I believe his name was Christian James, was a passenger in the blue vehicle. Terrion, can't recall his last name, was also a passenger in the vehicle. I spoke with Walter, I don't know if I said Walter Murphy, after the incident. I spoke with Miss Tina Clark. I spoke with, his last name is Kuykendall. His nickname is Fatty. I spoke with him regarding the incident.
You spoke with Fatty?
I believe that's it.
And was Tina Clark, the young lady that you identified as being in the same vehicle with?
I'll stand the objection.
As it relates to Kelvin Treadwell, what vehicle did Tina Clark situate herself in both before and after the blue vehicle left the parking lot?
She was a driver of the Pontiac that Mr. Treadwell was a passenger in.
And are you aware if there is any familial relationship between Tina Clark and Kelvin Treadwell? She knows.
I'll stand the objection.
Hold on, yeah.
Regardless of whether they are actually blood relatives, did Tina Clark and Helen Treadwell present themselves as being related, regardless of if they actually are.
I'll rule that.
She did, as well as Mr. Allison.
And when you say she did, what are you saying?
She said that they were all.
She presented.
Hold on. That was Mr. Matthews and Mr. Steele, Michael Steele. All right, and I'm gonna sustain the objection.
Without saying what she said, what relation did they present themselves as having, regardless of whether that relation actually existed?
Has some good acquaintance.
Overruled, sir.
As
You don't need to say thank you every time, Mr. Steele.
What? I mean, why you can't say thank you? Oh, I see why you don't want him to say thank you. Hold on, God.
Well, what is he doing at this time? 2141.
Hold on, y'all.
can you repeat that out? I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Based on your interactions with people from both the victim's vehicle and the Nitro and the silver Pontiac, were the interactions between Tina Clark and the driver of the blue vehicle friendly interactions?
Yes, they were.
And based on the information you obtained from all occupants of each vehicle, did that friendly interaction ever in any way turn anything besides friendly?
No.
Your Honor, I'm not asking what anyone said.
I'll rule the objection.
No.
As we continue to play, at 2144:57, can you tell for the record which vehicle pulls out as between the silver Pontiac and the white Nitro? Which vehicle, if any, pulls out first and where they go when they pull out?
The Pontiac, it goes down Browns Mill Road with the silver Nitro following.
At 2145:11, has the Pontiac already left the screen?
Yes.
And is the white Nitro just now pulling out at 2145:11?
Yes.
And at 2145:12, where has the white Nitro gone?
Following behind the Pontiac down Browns Mill Road.
All right. I clicked on the video event that is labeled 2130 and 31. What area of the store does this area depict?
The front cashier counter.
And just so that we can get this on out of the way, 2139:38 up under that, does that just depict another angle or the same angle of the front door that is in the first video clip?
Yes.
All right. So going back to 2130 and 31, advancing to the spot 2140, 39072.
That's them inside the store, y'all. They look like they ain't do nothing when they came in the store, but look.
What's happening at 2140.732 as it relates to the persons that you can see in the surveillance footage, just for the record?
Mr. Allison is speaking with the cashier at the counter. Mr. Treadwell and the other gentleman in the long sleeve white t-shirt, they're looking out of the window, out of the door,
Out the front door,
into the parking lot.
And at that same time, 2140:41, we'll start at 2140:24. What is happening? Bless you.
Thank you.
What is happening in the parking lot as it relates to the people in the blue vehicle?
You can see the driver, Cornelius, walk towards the front door of the food mart. Then he returns back towards his vehicle.
At 2140 and 45, where is Mr. Davis now?
He's at the driver's side door of his vehicle.
Why are we going through that again?
And what are the people inside the food mart doing at 2140 and 57 after Mr. Davis has gone to his vehicle?
I'm just standing around talking to the peers.
What is Mr. Allison doing?
Looks like he's purchasing something.
Is he doing so in a hurried manner, for the record, or in a leisurely manner, for the record?
I stand the objection.
As you're able to observe, do you observe his mannerisms as hurried, leisurely, or something else?
I stand the objection.
Mr. Treadwell, what is he doing at this time, 21, 41, and 40?
Looking out of the door into the parking lot.
Has anyone come into the store with an assault rifle from the blue vehicle?
No.
That one in that white t-shirt, like he know what's about to happen.
214202. Where is Mr. Treadwell, Mr. Allison, and the person in the white shirt?
Yeah.
I can't see the person that was in the white t-shirt that came out of the vehicle with him, but Mr. Treadwell and Mr. Allison were just standing near the front counter.
And based on what you are able to observe and your experiences with law enforcement and commotions, are you able to see anything that you would have classified as a commotion inside the Thugga at this point?
I believe that our witnesses she's already transitioned in that, so I'm going to overrule the objection.
No, there doesn't appear to be a commotion inside.
That guy in that white t-shirt know what's going on.
At 2140,
Right on.
22,
He do.
describe please what you see, if anything at all, for the record, Mr. Treadwell doing?
Mr. Treadwell is on his cell phone, and he, at this point, walks out of the food mart into the parking lot. Bless you.
At 2143.
Oh, look at him.
Is there anyone at the door of the food mart?
Yes,
Who?
that was Demise McMillan,
And did he have anything in his hands?
an assault rifle.
And there he go. He keep coming in the store, the white t-shirt. What's he keep coming in there for? Now he want to buy some.
At 214429.837, would you describe for the record what the occupants of the food mart, if any, have just now done?
You can see Demise McMillan standing outside along with Walter Murphy with assault rifles. They open the door and wave for Mr. Treadwell and Mr. Allison to come outside, and they all walked outside.
In stature, is Walter Murphy smaller or larger than Kelvin Treadwell?
Height-wise or
Height-wise.
Shorter.
he's smaller.
And is he heavier or thinner than Kelvin Treadwell?
At this time, he was thinner.
Spinner, yeah.
And what about Mr. Allison? Is Walter Murphy smaller or larger than Mr. Allison?
Smaller.
Demise McMullen, is he heavier or thinner than Mr.
Well,
Treadwell?
what's so important about that?
Thinner.
And do you know whether he's taller or shorter than Mr.
I go to
Treadwell?
the store, got it.
I'm not certain.
And what about Demise McMullen as it relates to Mr. Allison? Is he heavier or thinner than Mr. Allison?
He's thinner.
As between Mr. Allison, Mr. Treadwell, Mr. Murphy, and Mr. McMullen, how many do you see during this surveillance footage armed with any weapons?
2.
And which two are they?
Walter Murphy and Demise McMullen.
Okay.
At 21:44:47 are Demise McMullen, Walter Murphy, Kelvin Treadwell, and Rodney Allison all outside of the store of the food mart.
Yes.
I don't see nobody. Oh, he bought some. The other guy bought some. Okay.
And at that point, 21:45:07, has everyone that I've just been talking about completely left the food mart?
Yes.
Thank you. You mentioned that you spoke with D'Angelo White after this happened.
Yes.
Can you tell the jury how you learned the name D'Angelo White? How you came to know of his existence?
From the calls for service and police report.
Was D'Angelo White the person that called 911 in this case?
I believe he was. I believe he was.
Okay. Were you and Detective Dennis able to get a phone number for D'Angelo White?
Yes.
And were you all able to actually communicate with him on the phone during your investigation of this case?
Yes.
Do you know where D'Angelo White was at the time you all were speaking with him on the phone?
I don't recall.
Where were you and Detective Dennis at the time you all were speaking with D'Angelo White on the phone the first time?
Atlanta Police Headquarters.
Where is that located?
226 Peachtree Street, Southwest.
During that telephone conversation, did D'Angelo White agree to meet with you and Detective Dennis in person?
Yes.
Were you able to hear the conversation and communication between D'Angelo White and Detective Dennis as that conversation took place?
Yes.
How were you able to hear it?
Investigator Dennis had him on speakerphone.
Were you able to ask questions of Detective Dennis so that he could then ask them of D'Angelo White during that conversation?
Yeah, I didn't want to appear to be loud, so I was kind of whispering questions for Investigator Dennis to ask Mr. White.
Did you all ask if D'Angelo White would meet you all somewhere?
Yes.
And did he agree to do so?
Yes.
Do you remember where you met him?
I do.
Where was that?
It was an apartment complex near Lakewood Avenue.
Was that a family member of his, or was that just a random place that he chose to your knowledge?
I'm not certain whose place it was. That's just where he wanted to be picked up.
How long did it take you and Detective Dennis to get there if you all went to meet him?
I'll sustain the objection.
Did you and Detective Dennis leave after you hung up the phone to go meet D'Angelo White?
Best of my recollection, yes.
And the type of car that you drove, was it a marked police vehicle?
No, it wasn't.
Were either you or Detective Dennis in uniform?
We weren't.
Were the windows to the vehicle you were in tinted in any way?
Yes, it was factory tint.
Why do you distinguish factory tinted as opposed to some other kind of tint?
From my knowledge, factory tint is not as dark as a tint that you would, personally buy or of your choosing.
Excuse me.
So factory tint is generally a lighter shade where you can still kind of see in the vehicle, but not directly into.
And did APD have vehicles with an even darker tint, or were they standard using factory tinted windows?
I didn't have access to a vehicle with darker tint, so I'm not sure what the department had.
Did D'Angelo White express any concerns about being seen inside the vehicle or with you or Detective Dennis when you first met him
Yes,
that day? And did you meet with him the same day that you spoke with him on the phone?
yes.
Did you do anything to get rid of his concerns or to kind of calm his fears about meeting with you?
Apartment complex and so I was concerned about other people within the apartment complex. So we just left the area as fast as we could to ease his many concerns about anyone seeing him.
Did you go at his direction after the Citgo?
Yes, it wasn't far from where we initially picked him up, so by the actual shooting location.
When you say not far from, do you mean what type of distance would you estimate it to be?
Less than a mile.
Was this daytime, nighttime, noon, dusk, morning?
It was early afternoon.
So was the sun still out?
Yes.
What was the first place that you all went to after you picked up D'Angelo White in terms of the incident that took place earlier in April?
To the best of my recollection, I believe it was the Citgo station first.
Was D'Angelo White in custody when you took him to the Citgo station?
No,
Was there any need to read him any kind of Miranda rights?
no.
And as you all are going to the Citgo station, does he describe for you what happened on the night that Dexter Montgomery got shot?
Yes, he did. And we were asking questions as well.
And did he express any concerns about testifying during that time?
Testifying, not specifically using that word or that term, no.
What term do you remember him using?
How old, sir?
I believe he used the word paperwork.
Paperwork. Had you heard that word before used in that context?
I have.
And what is your understanding based on your previous investigations and interactions with individuals using that? What is your understanding of what he meant when he said paperwork?
Oh, sir.
You may answer.
A discovery package.
And just for the jury's purposes, what is a discovery package?
Discovery package is a collection of evidence that generally goes to the DA's office, and the DA's office turns over to the defense team as just so they're aware of what type of evidence the state is presenting.
I'm going to show you what has been provided on a thumb drive to the defense as State's Exhibit 101 Bravo Bravo, and I believe it is labeled, Your Honor, on the defense's thumb drive as 100 Bravo Bravo. But I will allow Mr. Steele or anyone else who wants to look at what I'm showing you.
What's the exhibit again? I'm sorry, states.
101 Bravo Bravo. It is a digital file that is recording.
Okay.
I'm showing you a thumb drive. Do you recognize this particular thumb drive?
I do.
How do you recognize this thumb drive?
I believe it was Friday I saw it, and my initials on it.
And did you recognize the
Mr. Sharp and Mr. Steele.
Your interview
Thugga.
with Angela White.
Adam.
Over the telephone with Detective Dennis.
Yes,
Was that a fair and accurate representation of the conversation you all had over the phone?
it is.
Your Honor, the state tender states exhibit 101 Bravo Bravo as evidence.
Before you do that, what date we talking about?
July 13th, 2015.
Any further objections that otherwise have not been noted already? Okay.
Okay, what they doing there is taking a look at the video before you show the video, y'all. Okay. They're doing a good. They be honest with you. It's moving much applied than it was at first. It's everything moving a little better. You know, it seemed more professional, a little bit. And I can't brag on them too quick. You know what I mean? Having a little meeting, y'all. You know, looking at whatever they want. How's everybody day going? I hope everybody day going good. Like I say, happy birthday to you, and congratulations to anything that you're celebrating. But we, those who just joining, you all are watching the trial of Thugga in the state trial, and they're talking about the incident that happened at the Citgo gas station on Brownsmill Road in Atlanta. Murphy had some kind of sawed-off rifle wherever he had in his hand, and he they act like they didn't know who the boy was in the car, and he raised it. He ran after him with the weapon in his hand, but he didn't do anything. So I don't know what we're gonna get out of that because then nothing happened. You know. I gotta go to the store, y'all, to get me some snacks. I done ran out of snacks. Hey, how are you, little boy? Gotta go get me some snacks, y'all. Campbell, sit down, baby. Yeah, I'm waiting on them to. Ouch, get down. I'm waiting on them to come back. To the back to their seats. Yeah, we on day 65. So okay, you said saw a young kid couldn't have been 20 drunk, throwing glass bottles at the police, and the homeless problem is 10th time. Boy, did you know? All I got to tell these folks is you raise your children. You know, someone do raise their children right, but the 20 drunk like that. Lord have mercy. Stop, Camper. Excuse me, y'all. My dog is messing with me. Sorry about that. He just scratched me. But that don't make no sense. Okay. I love Atlanta. I'm gonna tell you, I don't go. I love Atlanta. I've been here. I was raised up here. I grew up here. Now, born at Grady Hospital, and I never had a problem. I never had a problem with nobody. Never seen. Now I know the area where Young Thug they from, and I couldn't understand why that area was, damaged like it was. Got my car. They were stealing cars out there before. Now I'm gonna tell you what I have had happen before. Now downtown, whoa, Lord, I think I was in my early 30s. In downtown, somebody done window, broke my driver's window. And I said, "And what you do that for, stupid?" That was me, I got kind of upset about that. They broke the glass, and I had to get my windshield replaced. Now they was stealing cars then, and I knew a couple guys that stole cars, and I said, "Why y'all stealing people cars?" It a lot been done like that, but then it stopped. Then it slowed down. I didn't like that. I didn't like to park my car downtown. Let me see. They not on back yet, y'all. They not back yet. I didn't like parking my car downtown Atlanta. Oh my gosh. I came back out the court, came back from court one day. I had my car was booted. My car was booted. And I parked in the wrong place. That's one thing they don't have enough room. They back now, guys. They back there.
And then they be published as you see fit.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I love it's certain areas of Atlanta. It's a lot of Atlanta is divided up into a lot of counties and cities. I wouldn't live in a lot of area in Atlanta. I promise you, I would not live in a lot of areas of Atlanta. Not me. I couldn't live on Cleveland Avenue, but my mom lived over there before she passed. Oh, Chad, I couldn't stay. I just didn't feel comfortable going up into them apartments. Here we go, y'all.
Hello?
So you had.
Hello?
Hold on for 1
I
second.
want to pause this thing. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. What happened?
It was me. My partner cousin, the one who got shot. And I mean, it was 5 of us in the car, but we was coming up to the gas station at Chico on Joneswood Road. And the car behind us, the car was in front of us. Who was driving, like, my partner was driving, he drive how he normally drive. Cause we in our hood, you know what I'm saying?
So was he driving fast or they felt like he was driving fast or something?
That's how he felt. Well, we wasn't going there like falling, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so the rapper Young Thug.
Yeah.
Alright, the rapper Young Thug, he compared to the man who was in front of us. So I guess he thought we was pushing up on him, like trying to either rob him or do something to him and set him up. But not knowing, we don't even know who it is in front of us. We just driving.
Right.
So we go to the Citgo, the gas station on Joneswood Road, at the cemetery, and that's where they go at too. So the rapper could, Young Thug, partner, will be with him.
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Hey, what's his nickname?
Bentley.
Okay.
So I guess he felt like that. Everybody knows on Instagram having some money on him, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Describe him. What he look like?
He's kind of big and he light skinned.
When you say big, tall, or fat?
He's a little bit chubby. He's fat.
Thick.
He's chubby and he light skinned.
What kind of car was they driving? Or what kind of car does he drive?
They be having different cars, but the one he was driving was a Pontiac G6.
What color was it?
They're not showing nothing, y'all.
All right. What kind of car do you usually see him in?
That's the only car I've seen. Yeah, like, cause I ain't seen him recently. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. So you guys are kind of driving on their tail. Y'all pull into the gas station. Did y'all?
He pulled into the gas station.
Okay. Did y'all pull next to each other, behind each other, or what?
Nah, we didn't pull, like, we was on one side of the other side of the pump, and he was on the other side of the pump. It was him, he had some girl driving, and it was two kids in the back.
What?
And car seat. It was one other dude who was with me.
Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I forgot. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry about that. Stop, camper. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Ooh, Lord, have mercy. Hold on, y'all, because I want to hear this. Hold on. I want to hear. Hold on. Here we go, y'all. I'm sorry. My fault.
We were doing the road. And the car behind us, the car was in front of us, who was driving, like, my partner was driving, like, he drive how he normally drive, because we in our hood, you know what I'm saying?
So was he driving fast, or kind of, they felt like he was driving fast or something?
That's how he felt, but we wasn't going there like, you know what I'm saying? And so, the rapper, Young Thug?
Yeah.
Alright, the rapper Young Thug, he took care to the man who was in front of us, so I guess he thought we was pushing up on him, like trying to either rob him or do something to him and set him up. But not knowing, we don't even know who it is in front of us. We just drive him.
Right.
So we go to the Thugga, the gas station on Jonesboro Road at the cemetery, and that's where they go at too.
Right.
So the rapper could, Young Thug, Palmer, will be with him.
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Hey, what's his nickname?
Bentley.
Okay.
Bentley.
So I guess he felt like.
Stop it, camper, please. Stop.
Everybody know that on Instagram, he got
Yeah.
that name OG Bentley. So he felt like everybody know OG Bentley be having some money on him, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Describe him. What he look like?
He kind of big and he light skinned.
Yeah, I saw him in the store.
When you say big, tall, or fat?
He's a little bit chubby. He's fat. He's chubby and he light skinned.
Go in the house.
What kind of car was they driving? Or what kind of car does he drive?
They be having different cars, but the one he was driving was a Pontiac G6.
What color was it?
Silver.
That's it.
All right. What kind of car do you usually see him in?
That's the only car I've seen. Yeah, like, cause I ain't seen him recently. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. So you guys are kind of driving on their tail. Y'all pull into the gas station. Did y'all?
He pulled into the gas station.
Okay. Did y'all pull next to each other, behind each other, or what?
Nah, we didn't pull, like, we was on one side of the other side of the pump, and he was on the other side of the pump. It was him, Yeah, some girl driving, and it was 2 kids in the back. And car seat. It was one other dude who was with me. So both of them walked into the store. So my partner who got out of the car was driving, finna go in the store, and the girl approached her like, "Why y'all always driving so fast?" And my partner was like, "We weren't driving fast. That's how I normally drive, 40 miles per hour."
I don't believe that. 40 miles.
OG Bentley came. OG Bentley pumped. All right. Hold on. He won a lot of one real this one. So, got like $8 on him. So, so OG Bentley and his partner walked in the store. So, my partner got out the car. And he was finna go into the store, but the girl was talking to him about how they felt like we was on their tail. And so when OG Bentley partner came out the store, he seen my partner and the girl talking, so he felt like they were, trying to get at each other.
Was they arguing, or what did your cousin or whoever say to them? Was it like an exchange of words, like anything negative, or what?
The girl and my partner was not arguing. It was just a normal talk. Like, she was like, "Dang, y'all pushing up." I was like, it was seeming like I was on our tail. And so he was like, he felt like we was on his tail. So when OG Bentley partner came out the store, he went back in the store and told OG Bentley, was like, such, yeah.
What you mean, such and such? Like, give me word. Like, what was said?
Yeah.
I don't understand, man. I wasn't in their face, so I went at OG Bentley's face or his partner's face. He was like, he went back. He came out. OG Bentley's partner came out the store. Look, boom. He seen my partner and the girl who was driving talking. So I guess he thought they was doing exchanging numbers or trying to get at his girl. So he went back in the store, told OG Bentley that what was going on. OG Bentley stayed in the store for like a good 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, he sure did.
And then after that, about 5,
Sit
10 minutes
down.
later, a white Dodge, the white Dodge Nitro Jeep, the 4x4.
Yeah.
They pulled up on the side of OG Bentley's car.
Mm-hmm.
And they got out of the car with AKs and sticks and powders and shit. They came to our car. Like, they were like, "What's poppin'?" All that. So, and my partner.
What happened? They stopped it. Must gonna take a break. Hey, RM, they might have took your car. They may be the ones who messed with you, took your car, stole your car. Nah, but I know a lot of boys didn't, cause try to talk to them. Thugga, wake up, baby. Cause you got the thugging and you're thugging on the state, baby.
One on started pump faking. They were gonna come to the car, pump faking like they was pull up, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Pull out like they finna shoot. So my partner, he drove out. Everybody in the car, they ducked their head off because we thought they were finna shoot. They were pump faking. So when he drove out, by the cemetery, right? We drove down there by the cemetery, wait, boom. And that trucking company on the left.
See what they're talking about.
And then we turned down Harper by Dodge Elementary, right? We came down all the way down Dodge Harper Elementary. We came down Harper Street. We came to that stop sign. We had to stop at the stop sign because it's a stop sign. The way they was coming back down the street the other way, like going towards Gulfport. And so I guess they seen us that they were us, and they fired shots. Boom, boom. And he didn't hit nobody with one person. It was a person in the passenger side. I don't know what kind of bullet he got shot with, but everyone after the shooting got going on, everybody was in the car. Everybody all right. So everybody started shaking their.
But we didn't see that.
One bleed, nobody was shot. The driver wasn't shot, but the passenger wasn't saying that. So. And we drive, and his head started leaning to the side, like dozing out. And so it was like, poof, poof. He wasn't saying that, so we thought he was dead.
What's his name?
I don't know his real name, but I know his nickname, Pooh.
Like P-O-O-H?
Yeah.
Who's driving?
Neil.
Neil?
Neil. We're not E-L.
Cornelia, all right.
Cornelia. Mm-hmm.
And where were you sitting at, bro?
I was sitting in the back, me and my other two partners.
Were you sitting behind the driver? The passenger?
I was sitting behind the driver. My other partner, he's 16. He was sitting in the middle. And my other partner was sitting behind the passenger who got shot. He's 17.
What's his name? What's their name?
Murphy.
Damn. I don't know the one in the middle name. I know his nickname is Crucial.
Is it Christian?
Crucial, like crucial.
Crucial.
I got you. And then the other one would be.
I don't know his last name. His name Terrion.
You know them people. You hang with them
Describe
people.
Crucial for me.
Crucial, he's short. He's like 5. I'm taller than him. I'm like 6 feet. 6.
Murphy, yeah.
Crucial is we like 6, 5, 6.
Dark skin or light skin?
He dark skin.
No, that ain't who out there.
And describe Terrion.
Terrion, he got dreads. At first, at the time, he didn't have dreads. He had like a temp afro. And then he had dreads like I had dreads. Well, my dreads were longer than his, but now his dreads, they kind of growing now.
So you have dreads now?
No, I ain't got dreads now. I just got out of Clean County, so I got my hair cut.
Come on, y'all. Talking about haircuts.
So did you know the guys that pulled out the stick?
I don't know them.
Never seen them before?
I haven't seen them before.
You know their nickname or anything they go by?
I know one of the shooter name was DK because in the middle
Murphy?
of his head, my eyebrow, it say DK in the middle of his eyebrow.
Murphy.
Gotcha. What about the other one? You know a nickname for him?
The nickname for who?
The other guy that got out with him.
Yeah.
No, they had masks on.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
He lying.
Have you heard of a nickname or anything for him?
I don't know. I don't know them. The only person I know for sure is DK because I stay on Cleveland Avenue. That's where they stay at, but where I hang out at in my hood is Lakewood and Jonesboro Road.
But if they got on masks, how you know who they were?
Voice talk, and I know how his voice.
They didn't even have on masks.
In the middle between his eyes, DK.
Answer this. How long after y'all left the gas station did the shooting happen?
How long was left the gas station?
When y'all skirted out of the gas station and y'all stopped at the stop sign and they pulled up the opposite way, how long before the shooting started?
Well, we came down Jonesboro Road. Jonesboro Road had a cemetery not that far, so it was like a good 3 to 5 minutes till we came and we turned right on off and we waited at that stop sign. And the stop sign, boom. We went down there, stopped at the stop sign, and the way they was coming, it's no stop sign where they coming at.
Mm-hmm.
So they been recognized the car because we were the only 2 people at the gas station. So when they seen us, they shot like 2 times, but it wasn't no regular bullet, it wasn't no regular 40, no 45, no 9. It was some chopper bullet. They shot 2 times. One on missed, and one went through the windshield and hit my partner Pooh in the head.
All right. Did y'all stop anywhere after leaving that gas station?
Did we stop anywhere?
Like once y'all skirted out of the gas station. Only time y'all stopped was when?
We never stopped. After we left the gas station, we escaped out of the gas. We went another way, so they weren't following us. But then we turned down Harper where we were going back to where we be hanging out at in Lakewood. And so we came by the stop sign. They started shooting. Boom. And then that's when I said, everybody else, I made sure everybody was free. Ooh, everybody was free. Everybody was like, they good, they good. Then Pooh head started sliding down. And then we rolled up the street to my nearest partner house so we can get them call the call. And we called.
So we can call a call.
He was still talking. Even though the bullet was in his head, he was still talking. And the blood was coming down. He still talking though.
Answer this. Did you see where the shots from the other vehicle came from? Like, did the person, which side of the car did they lean out to shoot?
It had to be either on it couldn't be from the goddamn, it couldn't be from the passenger side or from the back passenger side. It had to be either, it couldn't be the driver neither, it had to be the person behind the driver.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Y'all can't believe nothing they say.
Answer this question. If I showed you a photographic lineup, you think you can identify the one guy you were saying, DK?
If you were to show me a picture of him?
Yes,
That's
sir.
what he said.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your location?
Well, I'm saying though, but I'll tell y'all that, but you can't become my name in man.
Bro, do you understand have you seen your partner Pooh, man, since this happened?
I ain't saying that ever since then, cause I stayed over there. I started coming over there for about 2 months after all the machines going on. I started staying over there.
But what I'm saying is, we need, man, otherwise this guy's walking the streets, your partner missing half his head because of this person, man. All right? And the only way we gonna be able to put him in jail is somebody step up to the plate. We know you're not the only one. I'm hoping that all of y'all will step up for your boy, man.
I mean, when you talking about putting numbers on?
I can pull up within the next half hour.
Well, shit, I'm gonna have to, where everybody be at, who was in the car with me, be in Lakewood, so I'm gonna have to walk to Lakewood and you can meet me in Lakewood.
Give me an address.
I don't know the address of Lakewood. You know where the cemetery and the Seagull is?
Yeah. You want to meet me at the Cinco? We in the unmarked, man. I'll scoop you up. I'll hit you. You got a cell? Is this your cell?
This is my number right here.
All right. I'm going to hit you on the cell. We'll pull up and just walk up to the Cinco. I'll meet you there.
All right.
Hey. What's up?
How long you think it's going to take you?
Less than 10 minutes.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
Run it.
Okay.
And Detective Gaither, was that the extent of the conversation you all had at that time with D'Angelo's wife over the telephone while you are at APU?
I believe we called him once we arrived close to the Seagull, and he directed us to where he was.
But as far as the one that happened at APU, was that all of it?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what has already been admitted as evidence and provided to the defense as State's Exhibit 7 Bravo Bravo. 7 Bravo Bravo. Do you recognize the person identified or shown in 7 Bravo Bravo?
Yes.
Who is that person?
I'm D'Angelo White.
D'Angelo, all that good hair on your head, you bad. But you ain't bad. I'm gonna take that back. You make bad decisions.
When you were in the car with D'Angelo White, do you recall where everybody was seated? And it's okay if you don't.
I believe I was driving. Best of my recollection, I believe Mr. White was up front, in front passenger seat. Investigator Dennis and Investigator Edwards was in the rear seat.
And at some point, did you all stop and show to D'Angelo White a lineup of individuals that you asked him about, photos that you asked him about?
Yes.
Were those photos constructed before you all got in the car with D'Angelo White?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to show you what has, before you put it on the screen, I'm going to show to counsel for the defendant. We have already admitted, Your Honor, 73 Bravo Bravo, which is black and white version of 73 Bravo Bravo Alpha. We've provided this, but if anyone would like to see what I'm holding it up, and if not, I ask for permission to approach. Yes.
Come on, Sharp. Sharp gonna look at it good.
Detective Gaither, do you remember what the other individuals in the car with D'Angelo White looks like?
I think I do.
All right. If I show you photographs, thank you, Mr. Sharp. And Your Honor, we have these photographs marked 3 Bravo Bravo, 4 Bravo Bravo, 5 Bravo Bravo, and 6 Bravo Bravo.
You said they're already been admitted?
They're marked. Did we admit those? Three Bravo Bravo is the only one that's been admitted, Your Honor.
Okay, so which other ones you admitted?
4 Bravo Bravo, 5 Bravo Bravo, and 6 Bravo Bravo. 3 and 4 were admitted, my apologies.
Any objection to states 5 or 6 Bravo Bravo? All right, hearing none, they are admitted and may be published as you see fit.
Okay. So now I'm showing you what's been admitted as state's exhibit.
Thugga.
Bravo Bravo, 4 Bravo Bravo, 5 Bravo Bravo, and 6 Bravo Bravo. Do you recognize those persons depicted in those photographs?
Definitely. One of them, the other 3 look like grown men compared to the last time I saw the victims in the car.
Tell the jury which one you recognize.
The victim, Mr. Dexter Montgomery.
And what number is he identified by?
4 Bravo Bravo.
Would you please put up 4 Bravo Bravo on the screen?
I bet Thugga wrote so many songs where he was
Is
in
that the
there.
way that Dexter Montgomery looked at the time that you saw him?
Yes.
And who took that photograph?
Investigator Dennis.
Were you with him when he took the photograph?
I was.
Where were you all?
In his living room.
Whose living room?
Mr. Montgomery's living room, his residence.
Do you know how long he had been out of the hospital at the time that you all took this photograph?
It hadn't been long. I believe a couple of weeks, if that.
And were you able to communicate with Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
I believe Thug needs some glasses. I think he needs some glasses. Okay, y'all. They talking to the judge right now. I hope everybody doing okay. What y'all cooking today? I made me some salad uh the other day, you know. Try to find something different to eat. But hope everybody doing okay right now. You know, just like RM said in the chat, that people used to steal. They used to be bad at stealing cars. In I used to have all those hoopers. The hoopers they never stole. I don't think I had a car stolen before. I didn't live that wasn't a good area. So they used to just go by your car and break your windshield. And you be like, now what? Why would you do that? You know, and that they people used to do strange things back then, and you get it fixed. You just keep insurance, you know, and get it fixed. But that didn't stop me from staying in Atlanta. That just showed me a better area. You know, I need to move to a better area. And I moved to a better area because I didn't want my kids to be in the area that I lived in Atlanta. So I moved to another county, you know. So in Atlanta, you can be in the wrong area, you know. But I can still go over in an area, but I just won't live in that area. Mm-mm. But sometimes, y'all, but now in modern society, it doesn't matter where you go. So it's just be safe. No, it don't matter where you live now these days. You have to. That know that lady right there getting cold cash paid, baby. Woo-wee. Come on, Judge. Come on now. You got to put a little pep to your step, too. Woo. Well, yeah, I got to go to the store. I ain't took no break. For those who just joining in, this is Young Thug YSL. He's a rap. Young Thug is a rapper, okay, from Atlanta, and this is his RICO case. Him and his boys, you know, at the time, okay, they separated from these guys because the younger guys were coming in and messing up for the name. And the video that we're watching is from the Sicko train station, not train station, Sicko station. I know exactly what station, what store they told me. You know that store is still open, y'all. It's right there by Lakewood Stadium. It's still open, you know. Some nice people who run it, but it always something going on in it Sicko. I think we all need a break. They need to take a break. Cause I mean I need to go. I need to run up there right quick before it get too late.
I have it on good authority that a comfort break is required.
I know.
So, given the fact that it is the lunchtime hour, I think it might be appropriate for us to go ahead and recess for lunch.
Yeah.
So, how about we take lunch until 1:15?
Okay, y'all. What I do also is take me a break too. I'm getting kind of my dogs, my babies. They sitting here they upset with me. My two dogs upset with me because I haven't given them a break either. I need to get them some attention, but I need to run up to the store. But I will be back after my break. All right. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching, okay?